Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Divinity Original Sin 2. Where we left off last time, we had been trapped on a boat, it came under attack by some Voidwoken, and we ended up on the beach here after being saved by a mystical, literal Deus Ex Machina. And so here we are. There is a child named Tam on the beach here. Let's go talk to him.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Well, I'm not a stranger, I'm Losa.
Hi, Losa. I'm Tam. Are you a sorcerer too?
I must be, or I wouldn't be here.
The child screws up his face and looks at you hard. He lifts his mirror up to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy.
They may very well be wrong and crazy.
Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside.
Do your parents know where you are?
They're gone now. Their magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home.
It isn't safe out here. Our ship was attacked by Voidwoken not far off this shore.
But you didn't die.
Why aren't you scared?
I guess I am. But it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
Say you survived the Voidwoken attack by the skin of your teeth, and he should really find somewhere safer to go.
There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean.
Oh.
You'll see.
Okay, fair enough. Later, kid. I will take the bowstring. That's just a face. Alright. My mouse is... Oh, I was hitting on something. I see. I was doing a weird thing. Off down the beach we go. We're not quite up a level. We're very close. We're 100 experience away from level 2. Which might be sooner than you think. Because there are vicious voidlings right there on the beach. They are level 1. We'll go fight them.
Those are the same beasts that sank our ship.
Nope. Let's do Conjure Incarnate right there. And our fight has begun. So Mosquito Swarm is what Blood Incarnates get. It's really powerful. Alright, let's leave him there. Next turn, we will Elemental Totem on the Blood as well. Blood increases physical damage by a pretty considerable amount, actually, for totems and your Incarnate. We'll also give him a Farsight Infusion, even though that does not really help him at the moment. And we can't quite get into range, so we'll just wander that way anyways. That one is now bleeding. Don't kill my Incarnate. He has a family, presumably. Oh, Blood Incarnates also heal when they attack, so... Just as a heads up, that's pretty cool. We can actually level up in combat if we go... That's not the right button. We can grab a Strength and a Constitution, which is what we'll do. We will also grab more Summoning skill. And we also get a... Persuasion skill. We're gonna keep doing Persuasion first. So now we're level 2, and we have slightly better summoning skills. Our first 5 levels or so are going to be summoning, and then we'll worry about other things. And that's the end of that.
These bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
Apparently not. Magister Jalen died.
He wasn't so bad on the ship, at least.
He is dead 100%. Oh, we found Sir Laura. We can't talk to him yet. He is a DLC add-on. Beep, 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 beep. He will follow us around, and he is a permanent companion. We'll be able to talk to him soon, though, once we get Pet Pal, which is our next feat. Talent? Whatever you want to call it. Character trait? I don't exactly know what they're called, but the big things.
You spot a strange lizard, gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep.
He's the one that took you by the jaw and sized you up like a damn horse. I got a bone to pick with him.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
Yes, I imagine you do. You're made of sterner stuff than I first gave you credit for. Chances are I wouldn't have survived the shipwreck had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Glad to be a help. It doesn't do to stand idly by when people are in danger.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we?
We are going to be a hero.
Now then, if there's nothing further...
Okay, bye.
He watches you depart without a word, then turns back to face the sea.
We could kill him and take his stuff, which we might do because we need some money, and he is not exactly worth a lot, but worth more than we currently have. We can take his gear and stuff. We're also going to take these penny bun mushrooms. These are used to make healing potions, but we can also just sell the penny mushrooms for stuff. We need money for books.
A black cat. Here, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty.
I did not mean to grab the cat, but now we have a cat as well. The cat can and will die if you're not careful, and it's kind of important to keep it alive. I'm actually a little annoyed that we picked it up, but that's okay. You know what, it's fine.
Spotted something. I don't have the right tool for
We're gonna put a little waypoint on our map. It's gonna be dig here. Okay. We don't have a shovel yet, but we will have one soon. A long branch there. That's not worth anything. Okay. We don't want to hit the front of the town yet, which is here, so we're just going to turn around and go back the other way. There is other places we need to go first. Not the least of which is actually picking up our second companion, or our second teammate. He's actually just up here. Through this little cave area. There's a dead human there, and you can see Fane.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's still not wearing his mask. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor?
I'm going to curiously ask what he's doing.
Ah! No! Stay back! Don't... Oh. It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
I'm surprised to find you here. Why did you head for a prison island?
It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her credit for. I chased her here, but she rather seems to have given me the slip. Thus...
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
I nod towards the corpse. Anything valuable there?
Oh, yes. An exceptionally common, but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face. A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Why is this so urgent? This is a prison. It's not like you're going anywhere.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I have important things to do on Reaper's Coast. I cannot simply sit about waiting for the rest of you to die so I may continue my business in peace. No. I may be an eternal, but my patience has its limits. Indeed. I may be the only eternal. My people seem rather absent, at least from this realm. As for the others, well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers.
Sounds like you need a companion. Want to travel with me?
I suppose, circumstances being what they are, it could be advantageous. You seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful.
I nod. It could work out well for the both of us.
Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in, well, all things. Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality, but being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, which do you require for this enterprise of yours?
Magic?
Much magic? I was controlling the powers of the universe while your people were still doing whatever it is you used to do. What speciality would you prefer?
I want a conjurer, someone who can summon up aid to the battlefield.
I could do that with one hand behind my spine. Now, shall we get on? There is rather a lot to see.
That settles it.
Very well. Let's be off.
So Fane's gonna suck a little bit for a while, just because if you look at his skills, he's set to intelligence and constitution. Sure, that's not a big deal. That doesn't matter too much. And his summoning is 2, which is perfectly fine. Except he doesn't have Lone Wolf yet, so he's missing that. He also has Pet Pal, so he can talk to animals, which is nice, because maybe we don't have to use it with our main character, although we should, because she's getting persuasion, and you should always keep all your conversation stuff on one person. So now we have Fane. That is one of the things we want to get done in this particular video, and now we need to head all the way down to here. We're going to go this way. He also needs a shield. We'll get him one eventually of those as well. We're still looking for a shovel, and there should be one around somewhere. There's someone named Trice here.
Hey lady, it's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh?
Yes.
I'm sure glad some of the others made it out alive too. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
Sure. I'll get right on that, kid.
Ooh, that's a pretty one.
Looks like there's a crabbing area? I think that's how you catch crabs. Something like that anyways. There's a bottle of beer out there and some tongs. I don't know if we can reach that island yet. No. We can't get to the island with the beer at the moment. Okay, we need to be very careful not to approach the main gate. Again. Just as a side note, you don't want to go that way into the base. Just looking around for some... I really want a shovel, and I thought there was one down here somewhere. Oh, there's one right up there. Okay, we need to get up to there. It doesn't show up when you go over it, but there is definitely a shovel there. That's the important thing. There's a campfire and a sleeping thing. Shovel.
Rubbish.
It is not rubbish, it is vital. I'll stick this other bedroll. We can sell it though. Alright, so where was that thing that we found? To dig here. We found a little satchel, and inside there's a leather armor, 11 gold, and a darling bow, which is worth a bunch of money. Since we're not going to be using bows, it is definitely worth selling. There's also a grave around here somewhere, if I recall correctly. We can always come back for the grave, it's not a big deal. Although there is a fight associated with the grave. I have it here somewhere. Yeah. Alright, we need to find this grave. It's kind of important, actually. Thought it was a long... Oh, there's the graves. Here it is. Perfect. It's kind of hard to see them sometimes because they're rather small. There's a wooden cross. We'll also quick save because... Yeah.
Here lies a nameless inmate. May he find the peace denied him in life in the Hall of Echoes.
We can't see it. We don't... No, we can't see the grave. Why can't we see the grave? Well, I guess we don't have the perception for it. Unless there's another grave I'm missing. Always a possibility. There's a crate up there we missed. Just quickly check along here. That leads down into sort of an area near Fort Joy. Alright, let's go the other way. We need to find our way into the base without going through the main door. Which is going to be here, but we're going to be very careful about how we go into there. The reason we're not going to the main door is, well, we can do this encounter, we don't want to do it yet. We want to be a bit tougher before we do it.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
Okay, let's talk to Magister Yarrow.
I'm looking for an inmate. He wears a large bronze ring with a dragon stamped into it. Name of Migo. Have you seen him?
I have not.
Useless. It is a very important matter that I locate this Migo. Tell me if you hear mention of him.
Okay, I will definitely do that.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
So we are going to go not to the main gate. It's very important you avoid that, for the time being anyways. Actually, we want to go back up. Sorry, I want to go do this quest. So there are 3 enemies here, you might note.
I call court. Pay up. Looky here, mates. A fresh face. We love fresh faces, don't we? Oh, yes, we do. Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house.
Sure.
Chuff to you, Chief. Here are your cards. You're up first.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs. A hard hand to beat.
Play my hand.
Quite the hand, Freshy. Unfortunately, 2 is less than 5, and that's how many purples I've got. I reckon that makes me the winner. I'll be having your fee then.
This first hands on the house. That's impossible, you're clearly cheating.
Blaming a bloke you just met for your misfortune, are ya? Ease off, or I'll go ahead and double what you owe.
Can I get a fair lady discount?
Simmer down, or I'll tack on a battle axe tax. Now pay up.
I'm not going to give you anything.
We'll see about that, Freshy.
And so we've started a fight. And Fane just got hit by a fireball. He's fine. Step 1. I guess I should summon my thing first. Oh well. Let's get a thing out to fight Slug. An elemental. Do any of them have any armor? Not really, so we might as well get a fire elemental. Or fire totem, I should say. And we'll Farsight infuse our incarnate. Now Fane's not going to get nearly the turn order that we are. But that's okay. Actually, they have a lot of physical armor. We should have gone pure magic damage. That's going to suck. Fane, don't die. You're fine. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Let's get more fire. We don't really want to fireball the table because we'll burn some of the stuff we want to keep around. Although it'd be the best option in terms of hitting all of them at once. Although we can't really get a good line of sight here without hitting our own incarnate, which will definitely die. We'll work to try and get a better line of sight in. Stop hitting Fane. Fane's gonna die. Alright, we need to kill some people, like, right away. Maybe we could res Fane, but res scrolls are expensive in the beginning of the game, and that's kind of annoying to do. And we'll lose his summon, which is kind of an unfortunate thing. He's gonna try to go after Fane? No, after the incarnate. Okay. Fane's gonna burn to death. But he does have a dimensional bolt, which does heal? No, it doesn't.
Our Father.
Does he have any poison things, though? He does have a poison bottle. There we go. Now he's healed a little bit. That will help the situation a little. I need to move him out of the fire. And another fire totem to hurry things along. Oh, our incarnate died. One of them anyways. This incarnate's kind of not super useful. Los is fine. More totems! All the totems! We need more summoning skill with Fane. His totems don't do as much damage, but that's fine. We also need some warfare skill eventually here. Because we're not doing a whole lot of damage. Goodbye, Incarnate. Can't hit anything. There's no real line of sight here. I guess we could shoot that guy. He is shocked, which is actually not that useful. And there's no more fire totem slots. The fire has gone out. Oh, they're all stuck in smoke. That's really terrible. Yeah, we'll use a healing potion. Do we have a healing potion? We really do. Good. We're still not even through this guy's physical armor yet. Oh good, all those things finally wore off. We'll actually get some damage done this turn. Maybe. Billion frickin' totems and they can't hit anything. One dead. She's gonna heal a tiny bit. She's probably the most annoying one. Two of our totems are gonna die. He gets a lot of initiative for some reason. Alright. We might need another healing potion at some point here. We still can't get another incarnate. We really need more warfare skill too. But that's okay. As soon as we get a couple more levels, our summons will be top notch and it won't matter anymore. It'd also be nice if we hit. That actually really wasn't all that good for us, but whatever. Now we have a billion things between us and her, so hopefully some of them will do some damage. Or just disintegrate all of them. There we go. Poof, tougher fight. It's one of the harder fights in the beginning of the game just because, well, first of all, we don't have two people with, what's the word I'm looking for? Lone wolf. Which would have been very helpful, actually. Alright, let's loot the bodies. They do have some stuff. He has a needle and some gold. Repair hammer and some gold. And this guy's dead over here and has Slug's axe, which is a decent axe actually, and some gold as well. We're going to use Slug's axe. That's a pretty big increase. Fane has a wand. It'll be good enough for now, I guess. Alright, now we're heading this way. We're gonna go towards the center, actually, of town, this way. You don't want to hit the front of the town, but we need to go over to this side of the town over here for the next little thing we want to get done. Also, there's mushrooms everywhere. There's three guys here. Burrow, Kana, Ifan, and Elodi. The important one here is Elodi, but we need to go save her.
business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one. Griff already knows she don't like to pay her fair share.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment, before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
Stand beside the elf and tell the thug to back off.
The intense-looking man stands beside you against the thugs, shooting you an appraising glance. Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
There is a safe place. Yeah, I'm putting weapons away. We also are going to stop by Nabora. Oh, we should probably talk to Fane really quickly as well.
Fane rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
I was.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
I smile and reach out a hand to shake his.
He grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
The thugs were afraid when he mentioned the lone wolves. What are they?
He shrugs, looking off to the side.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job.
This is no time for idle chit-chat. I turn and walk away. We're not recruiting a Fane, but he's kind of cool. Alright, we're going to talk to
As you
Nabora.
approach the blacksmith, you feel a bony hand on your arm. Fane leans in and whispers in your ear.
If it would be acceptable, I have an inquiry for this human. It is of a personal nature. And if it would not be acceptable, well, that would render this entire conversation rather awkward.
Go ahead.
Fane approaches the blacksmith and quietly speaks to her. You can't overhear much, but he seems to be gesturing towards her head an awful lot. Fane's words are quiet, but you hear the blacksmith repeat, "Face ripper," in shock. She slowly starts to back away.
What is it with creeps like you and Master Niles? I told him to slither back to his dungeon, and you can get too, freak!
Fane backs away, scratching his head. It seems that didn't go as he'd expected. He is lost in thought, though. She must have said something he found interesting.
Yeah.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
She doesn't have any good summoning books. That is really unfortunate. We already know all the ones she has. I was kind of hoping for power infusion, but she doesn't have it. She does have $400 though, and we could probably get rid of some of this junk that we're carting around, like tongs. We'll keep the shovel, super important. Wooden figurine, gone. Gold cups, gone. One of the bedrolls. The decks of cards we don't need. Sheets of paper we're not going to use. Most of the stuff is for, like, basic crafting, and we're not going to use the clear majority of it. There's a couple things we will craft in the game that are very, very important and really good, actually. I read all these, right? I'll save the books because I'm not sure which ones I've read before, but we'll go through them all. I think that leather... Actually, this might be better than what we're currently wearing, barely. Which is a sad state of affairs. The good part of a sword. We're such depressingly bad gear right now. There is food-related buffs you can get in the game as well, but we're not going to worry too much about that at the moment. We need money more than we need a food buff. We definitely don't need wine. Or beer, for that matter. Or milk. Alright. Actually, I think we gave her too much stuff. We need to take some things back, like this bow. 445, good enough. You can butter up, people in this game. But unfortunately, we're not here long enough for the butter up to take effect, so we're not going to worry too much about it.
And what you after?
What are you making?
I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dallas. Made these herself, for those bodyguards of hers. Boy, they're sharp.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something?
How did you get your hands on one of these contraptions? They seem pretty dangerous.
Found it in the scrap heap not so long ago. We used to know each other back in the day, you know. Dallas and I. Never knew her to be much of a wrench head back in the day, but once she joined the Order, she started turning out all manner of oddities.
Alright, we're at 30 minutes. We're going to end here. I'm going to do another video right after this, so I will be right back. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Take care.